morning and welcome to this morning's edition of your Monday morning espresso shot. It is so wonderful to see each and every one of you on this call. Let us begin by placing our awareness in the area of the heart. This is where we always start, and it gives us a good kickstart to this wonderful, wonderful week that's coming up. Lots of reasons to celebrate. So let us begin by placing our awareness in the area of our heart, taking slow, deep breaths, and experiencing those breaths flowing in and out of our hearts. Breathing a little slower, a little gentler than we normally would. See if you can place your awareness in the area of the heart as you continue breathing. Imagine it flowing into your heart and going all the way down to your root chakra, your perineum. And as you exhale, exhale from that point of root chakra and out from your heart. Very gently, very slowly, very mindfully. See if you can take these breaths a lot slower and a lot deeper. You can breathe from your nose or your mouth, but imagine him flowing into your heart, down to your root chakra, and just gently take your time as you exhale. Allow your body to just settle into a pace that is your new normal. Balancing your autonomic nervous system, your sympathetic, your parasympathetic systems, allowing your body to reset for this particular practice. Thank you so very much for joining me today. And I want to welcome you. This is the Christmas edition of the Espresso Shot. Of course, our next Espresso Shot will not be until after Christmas. So I thought I'd share with you a topical theme for this particular day. So let's talk about the teaching family. I'm sure we all ever wonder, not all of us, but I'm sure that there are individuals who wonder why they were born into this family, and they cringe at the thought of having family together, but they feel obliged to have family together, even though they often run, into emotional baggage from the past. So the question becomes, is this about avoiding family for those of us who are experiencing a lot of strife within family members? Is this a season for us to set those aside? And what does it mean by setting those aside? The question is, a lot of us, the way we approach this is we suppress our emotions. We feel the anger. We feel the anger from the moment we decide to have a gathering, a family gathering. We feel the anger because we don't want to invite this person or that person. We feel obligated, or we don't want to go to this person's gathering because we feel this emotional baggage from the past. So the question becomes, do we suppress it or do we process it? And this is where the theme of teaching family comes from. The idea is if you suppress it, your body will hide it somewhere and it'll manifest itself in some sort of a condition, a chronic disease perhaps, or a start of a chronic disease. Many espresso shots ago, I talked about this experiment that was done where the actual disease that shows up in the body starts out in the auric field of the human being, which was an experiment that was done many years ago with lab mice. So we know that whenever we're having this emotional turmoil that is just leading up to an event, could be a family gathering, could be a friends gathering, could be the missing of a family, because we yearn for a family, and this is the time it reminds us of all the people that are getting together for family, and people are leaving town or people are having their own parties, and you no longer have people to hang out with, perhaps, whatever the reason is. The idea is not to suppress your emotions, but to process it. And the processing of emotions is about you. Now, if somebody does not invite you to a gathering, or if somebody slights you during a gathering, the emotion is created within your body. It does nothing to do with the other person. So really the idea is, it is a teaching moment. It is a learning moment. Perhaps it's a coaching moment, whatever you take it as. It's a self-coaching moment. It's a self-learning moment, saying, why am I triggered? What am I upset about? Why am I holding on to this particular issue? And some people skip over that experiencing the actual emotion, skip right into finding out reasons why they're feeling that way. I want you to monitor this week. I want you to monitor this, because what's going to end up happening, if you're anything like what I used to do, is I would feel an experience of pain. I would not want to sit with that pain and explore it in a curious way, saying, I wonder why I'm experiencing this. What is inside of me that's triggering this? Instead of saying that, I pass over it and say, I'm feeling this because that person did this, this, and that when I was 10 years old, or that person said something to my mom and now I'm upset at them. We gloss over and pass over the meaty part, the part that's going to help us break through our emotional constraint, our emotional feeling, because the feeling is within us. It's not out there, it's inside of us. So the way to process that emotion is when you approach, when you first experience an emotion, ask yourself, okay, I'm getting this emotion. There is obviously an external stimulus that's causing this emotion. It could be your aunt, your uncle, your sister, your brother, whatever the case may be. Or it could be the lack of having family around, that they decided not to fly over, whatever that reason is. There is an external event, stimulus, that created that feeling. The question now becomes, I wonder why I'm feeling this way. What is in me that's causing this? That's where you start, that's where you sit. Because if you sit in silence, and if you do this practice like we always do, you take the breaths like we're going to experience next. The next practice is perfect for this particular moment when you experience emotions. And when you begin to experience emotions, you go into the next practice with a curious question of curiosity, saying, I wonder why I'm experiencing this. And then go into this practice and just listen, feel the answers come at you, because that is exactly how I broke through some of my own personal limitations. All right, so that's the espresso shot for today. Let us now do this practice. I'm going to walk you through it. Actually, I'm going to walk you through this process. So first thing I'd like you to do is, as we always do, place our awareness in the area of the heart. And now I want you to imagine a situation where you have experienced an emotional trigger by an individual. Perhaps it's a setting of anticipation of going to this particular dinner or an event or a gathering. And then now I want you to ask yourself a question. As you take these deep breaths, as you're breathing in and out, imagine them flowing in and out of your heart. Take a deep breath in, imagine it flowing into your heart, down to your root chakra, and out from your root chakra, out from your heart. Take these breaths very slowly, very deeply, and ask the question, I wonder why this emotion is present within me. I wonder what is in me. What do I need to process in order for me to dissipate this emotion so that it no longer becomes dominant in its way that I'm responding to it. I wonder what I need to do. With that level of curiosity, begin to experience gratitude and appreciation in your heart. Begin to experience the gratitude of everything that you have and truly, truly feel it. Feel it immersing in your heart. Feel it all the way in your body. As a matter of fact, when you take these breaths, imagine that gratitude feeling following the breath right down to your root chakra and even beyond until it completely envelops you as you ask this question of curiosity. And do not strain for the answer. Just trust that the answer will appear when it's the appropriate time, the appropriate moment for it to appear. Do not expect an answer at a certain time. That is not your call. The only thing you and I can do is breathe in this way and experience gratitude and just be open and listen to the subtleties of the responses that the universe sends you. Slow, deep, gentle breaths, experiencing them flowing in and out of your heart and feeling gratitude and appreciation as we experience these breaths for this day. Now, if you have your eyes closed, open them up very gently, very slowly, and continue to breathe and feel gratitude in this way. This is about engaging life as it happens. So it's very important that you're able to do this with your eyes open as well. So this is a good practice. Experience gratitude while your eyes are open. Excellent. Thank you so much for participating in this particular Christmas edition of your Monday Morning Espresso Shot. I wanted to welcome each and every one of you and ask that if you have any questions or reflections, type those in. I'm happy to receive them. And there's a couple of items that are coming through. And while people are typing those in, just wanted to let you know that I'm about to post the part 3 of a 3-part series of Igniting the Joy Factor. The third part is actually the part that we take from this particular session today, and we expand and broadcast our joy emotion so that it affects others. You know, you can walk into a party when you do a practice that I take people through in this one. You go to a party or a gathering at any time. It doesn't have to be Christmas, could be any time. And you can actually broadcast joy in such a way that everyone will be affected in a positive way. So it'll also impact you, but it'll also impact them. So that is something that this 3-part series is about. And if I can be of support to help you get out of your own way, and most of the time it's an emotional block, I'm happy to do that. Give me a shout and we'll set something up. All right. All right. Time for some Q&A. Let's see what's coming through on the chat area. So, Dawn, oh, good morning, Dawn. I hope it's not as cold as it's out here. It's in the minus 20s out here, but good morning to you. Thank you for joining us today, Dawn. Sudanta, London, yes, you've just returned from a 6-week break in Sri Lanka. How wonderful. I trust you and the family are doing well. Welcome back to London. I know things are still crazy out there, but we pray and wish you all the best and your family all the best. May you stay healthy, all of us here. Good morning, Cynthia. Thank you again for joining, Cynthia. Appreciate that. All right, I don't see anything else. Oh, there's one more. Yes, Dil. Hello, Dil. Thank you. This teaching family is very timely for me. Thank you, Shamir. You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Michelle, last week I was able to rest in my heart space and cry in tears of gratitude. The difficulties I faced were lightened, and I was feeling grateful for the crooked lawyer who has been a thorn in my side for some years. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Michelle, for sharing the specifics of the pain you experienced and the teaching you got from that and the peace in your heart. And I think the only next step from there is to find some gratitude in your heart. I'm sure you've already done that, but for benefit of others, is find some gratitude in your heart for having this lawyer come and teach you the lesson. This is part of the teaching family, because if the lawyer hadn't pushed you over the edge, you may not have found a way to get into your heart. Many people break through that. Now, the genie cannot be put back in the bottle. You have developed your ability to actually find a way to actually stay in your heart space, no matter what's going on around you. And, there are many things in the scriptures and many things that you hear from all kinds of philosophers, that the universe will not throw anything at you that you cannot bear or handle. And therefore, if you want to elevate your mastery, and I'm speaking to everybody here, and including myself, I need to look at the mirror too. If you want to elevate your mastery, you must be ready to accept bigger bounties. In order to do that, you must be able to rise to the occasion. In order to do that, you must be able to welcome the teaching family into your hearts, teaching family in your surroundings, to push you. Even though they come as devils incarnate, they allow you to rise to the occasion. And that is the best way to describe today's session. So thank you so much, Michelle, for sharing. Appreciate that very, very much. Dawn, it's pretty brisk, Mr. Thanks. Yes, it's good timing indeed. Wonderful. You're welcome, Teresa. Michelle says, yes, you are correct, Shamir. Thank you for the one-on-one coaching to help you. You're most welcome, Michelle. Yeah, anytime. Aloneness or isolation, this is from Dawn, is a common theme for many, especially this past year. But holidays certainly can be an increased challenge. Note, I prefer to think that the universe doesn't let you walk alone, and therefore you can handle what comes at you. Oh, absolutely. I agree with you, Dawn. The universe not only gives you the gifts, but it gives you the means to overcome any adversity and challenges. So that's why the saying that's been there in many scriptures, actually, and many wisdom of philosophers that say that the universe will not throw anything at you that you can't handle, because not only does the universe give you challenges to level up your greatness, it also gives you support systems, just like we have here with each other. We have support systems with each other that help us move to the next level. So that's wonderful. Dil, pain is the way for breakthrough. Yes, pain is a gift, unless you stay in that suffering. And like I said, as I mentioned earlier, it's very important to process that pain so that it's short-lived and you get the big benefits out of that short-lived pain. And to make the pain short-lived is to quickly get into that space of curiosity and then gratitude and say, why am I experiencing this? What is in me that needs to process and heal, and then go into that gratitude mode? Because if you point outside of yourself saying, if that person did something different, I would react differently, you're giving your power away to somebody else and giving that person the ability to change and affect how you feel. And you'll never break out of that one. That's the part that's a mastery. So thank you for that. Dawn says, I heard this, funny, never ask for wisdom. It only comes from pain. Ask for joy instead. That's beautiful. I believe when you ask for wisdom, don't expect it to come in a specific way. you'll get it doesn't mean, I don't want people to go away from here thinking that anytime they need to level up or get greater gifts, it's always going to be painful to get there. I don't think that's true. I think it's only painful, and this is my philosophy, my kind of belief, that it's only painful if we ignore our intuition. So we can walk through life, and if we've got a subtlety of a hint or intuition coming through, and we ignore that, then the pain becomes louder. The sound becomes louder. It's like a child that says, "Mom or Dad, I want that toy." If you ignore it and don't help that child process that, the voices become louder and louder until it's extremely painful. That's when you then say, okay, enough. I'm going to now have to pay attention to this thing because I can't avoid it. I'm going to hit a brick wall. Many of us hit that proverbial brick wall because they have been ignoring their intuition for such a long time. So I don't think that the journey to mastery is fraught with pain exclusively unless you choose to ignore your intuition that moves you very gently from what could have been painful to one that's just a tap on the shoulder, inviting you that. That's been my experience as of late. I think that I've grown a lot through the process, through your help, through the support, through this process. But I've never felt the pangs of emotions that that others feel, that I help them break through and see that. So I just wanted to share that with you, that I don't want you to have the impression that only through pain you will ascend, if that's what you want to use as a word. I think it's only through ignoring your intuition, and intuition is amplified that much more when you're experiencing joy and gratitude in your heart. So the practice that we do here really helps you tune into the wisdom of the wonders of the universe, and that wise kind of intuition that comes through your heart is the one you follow. When you follow that, it's going to be a roller coaster, but it won't be painful and joy that are so far apart from each other. It's going to be amazing, a blissful life. And whenever you experience pain, you're going to breeze through it, you're going to overcome it, and you're going to move to the next level. That's the game. That is what we do. Cynthia, I am familiar with that scripture, and it has helped me through much. So much gratitude for what you bring to us. May your holiday be filled with joy and love. And on that note, may all your holidays, may all your years, may your 2022 be filled with love and joy coming from my heart to yours. Thank you so very much for joining me, for participating, and for making sure that I do show up every Monday morning. You are the reason why I show up and I practice gratitude and I feel gratitude. So many thanks to all of you for being here with me and joining me in this heart space. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Take care for now. Bye-bye.